Healthy development of a child is critical to the future of any nation, and so investing in children should be paramount for any government in Africa, most especially Nigeria. In terms of child protection issues, the country with the largest increase in absolute number of both births and child population. Protecting the rights of every child, experts say, must begin with birth registration. With this, there can be proper planning by government at all levels to enable provision of basic needs of the child. UNICEF Chief of Communication believes that there is need to place high attention on birth registration in the country, and furthermore advise parents to obtain birth certificates at the end of childbirth in Nigeria.
Birth registration is really an issue here in Nigeria, and things are getting better. More and more children are having their births registered, and this is very important for them to be able to access education, to be able to access health care, including vaccination. So we really want to see this area of work being stepped up tremendously to make sure that soon every single child in Nigeria will have their birth registered.
There are still gaps arising from inadequate awareness and also arising from insufficient registration assistance that can cover remote places. It is important to know how many children we're having, and for each of those children to be given identity, even at birth. Presently, the Commission is working with NIMSI to ensure that every child that we register will also have an identity.
According to the NDHS report 2013, currently only 30% of children under 5 years are registered in Nigeria, and 44% of Africa's births are registered, leaving an estimated 85 million children under 5 years unregistered. The 8 out of the 10 countries with lowest levels of birth registration are in sub-Saharan Africa, with Nigeria having the largest population of unregistered children. UNICEF believes that the media has a role to play in creating awareness and educating the citizens on the Child Rights Act and most especially importance of birth registration.
What did we do then that we can do now is bringing it to the faces of people, of communities, of families, of government. Everywhere you go, you read something about, you travel around the country, you see something about HIV and AIDS. This is the kind of hub that we can bring together to talk about the way we treat our children, the way we raise our children, and begin to, speak to the conscience of those who are ill-treating or abusing or violating children.
We think the media is really crucial for helping us to be able to ensure that all Nigerians are aware of the Convention on the Rights of the Child. It's something that's not just for children. Although it's about children's rights, children need to know their rights, but adults who are around them also need to be aware of these rights. So that's parents, that's teachers, that's lawyers, judges, government officials. Everyone needs to know what rights children have in order to be sure that they are implemented fully.
Investing in girls and women, especially in reproductive health, education, and preventing child marriage is key to Africa's demographic transition. And so the implementation of the Child Rights Act will not only ensure that children are better catered for in Nigeria, but will guarantee the emergence of better raised adults in the near future. Chloride Kibako, TV News, Abuja.